Hello guys, welcome to our channel. Today we're gonna see 10 Demon Slayer characters fans want more of in the next Infinity Castle movie. So now the final story arc of the Demon Slayer anime has begun, and it will take more than one movie for the Demon Slayer Corps members to finish the fight against Muzan and his remaining upper moons. There was only so much the Infinity Castle movie could do, with the movie allotting most of its screen time to the final battle against the Upper Moon 3, Akaza. Tanjiro, Ju, and Akaza all got enough screen time to satisfy Demon Slayer fans for now, while many more characters were left out in the cold. That was a necessary sacrifice to maintain the pacing as this final trilogy of Demon Slayer movies launches, meaning fans simply cannot wait for the rest of the anime's cast to get their due in the next two movies. Fans can name at least 10 worthwhile characters, heroes and villains alike, who need to get a little more or even a lot more screen time when the trilogy's middle installment arrives. Some of those characters didn't get enough screen time yet in the entire franchise, in fact, so they're due to make up for it in the next movie. Disclaimer: this is not a ranked video and there may be some spoilers too. Now let's start with Inosuke. He only made a cameo in Demon Slayer Infinity Castle. The members of Tanjiro's trio got uneven screen time in Demon Slayer Infinity Castle. Tanjiro Kamado himself, as the shonen protagonist, got the most screen time by far as he and Ju battled Akaza in Muzan's lair, while Zenitsu got a decent chunk of screen time as he battled his former ally Kaigaku. Inosuke, no matter his bloodlust, had to sit out most of the fighting in the movie and was just a cameo. Inosuke did well to use beast breathing against lesser demons so far in this phase of Demon Slayer's story, but otherwise, fans aren't getting their fill of Tanjiro's boar-headed friend. Inosuke is stronger and more skilled than ever, and he simply must get a chance to prove it in the next movie. Someone like him won't be content to take on more lesser demons, either. He needs to fight some combination of Doma, Kokushibo, and Neikime. Next, Neikime, she is full of tricks, but also needs to fight soon. Even in this endgame phase of Demon Slayer's story, some members of the Upper Moons have still not tipped their hands as warriors. That includes the new Upper Moon 4, Neikime, who has only been known to move people around via her Biwa's string plucking. She was the one who dropped all the Demon Slayers into Muzan's lair, but otherwise, Neikime is staying on the sidelines so far. Fans have seen Neikime's teleportation powers and her ability to spy on everyone with countless eyeballs. Next, fans need to see Neikime step onto the battlefield and show fans anything and everything else she can do. Even if Neikime is just a support-type demon to aid her allies, she needs to do more than sit back and teleport people around the place. Next, Abanai Iguro, he needs to show the full power of serpent breathing. He is the 7 remaining Hashira have gotten uneven screen time thus far in the anime. A few of them have yet to be seen fighting a member of the 12th Kazuki, such as Serpent Hashira Abanai Iguro. In fact, Demon Slayer didn't show Abanai fighting anyone at all until the start of Season 4, when he and Sanemi fought a mob of lesser demons as they stumbled upon a secret entrance to the Infinity Castle. Then, fans had fun watching Abanai sparring with everyone in the Hashira training arc, but that was just to whet everyone's appetites. Demon Slayer is past due to give Abanai a serious fight, challenging him to take on the power of Muzan and the Upper Moons. The anime simply hasn't pushed Abanai hard enough to show fans what he's made of, yet it's not too late for the next movie to do exactly that. Next, Kokushibo. He must show everyone how he earned his lofty rank. Kokushibo is another Upper Moon who has yet to show their full power, and fans are eager to see what the Upper Moon one is capable of. Seeing Neikime's full power should be fun in the next movie, but it probably won't compare to whatever Kokushibo has up his sleeve. Aside from Muzan himself, Kokushibo is the most powerful villain alive, and that counts for a lot in an action anime like Demon Slayer. Most of all, fans are intrigued to see how Kokushibo blends demon blood arts with his sword. Fans are all but certain Kokushibo is going to blend the worlds of demon slaying and actual demonic powers, making him stronger than anything either side can offer. As a tease, Kokushibo briefly appeared at the end of Infinity Castle, and the next movie needs to follow up on that in a big way. Now Jiyomi Himajima, he clearly hasn't tapped into his full strength yet. Stone Hashira Jiyomi Himajima is one of several Hashira who have indeed been seen in action, but not to fans' satisfaction. Jiyomi is the most powerful demon slayer of them all, and that means he must do much more than launch futile attacks on Muzan or butcher squads of lesser demons. Jiyomi is only warming up so far, and in a dire fight like this one, a mighty Hashira like Jiyomi needs to do much more. Jiyomi tossed around a little stone breathing in Infinity Castle, and now it's time to see him use that fighting style alongside repetitive action against a proper foe at last. Given how Jiyomi is the #1 demon slayer, he will likely face off against the #1 demon, Kokushibo. And even then, Jiyomi will no doubt need support from his fellow Hashira to survive a fight like that. Now Doma, he is only warming up. Kokushibo isn't the only Upper Moon who needs to step things up when the next movie hits theaters in the future. Unlike Kokushibo and Neikime, Doma did some fighting in the Infinity Castle movie as he battled Shinobu Kocho, yet it only felt like a warm-up for him. Unflatteringly enough for Shinobu, the fight felt like a mere taste of what the Upper Moon 2 can do, and fans have yet to see Doma seriously exert himself. With Shinobu dead and gone, Demon Slayer needs to fill in that gap as Kaneo Tsuyuri and any number of her allies take on Doma to finish the job. Demon Slayer fans are ready to see what a full-strength Doma can do, which promises to be both dazzling and terrifying, to contrast with his easygoing personality. Fans are also ready to see if Shinobu's poisons were truly futile, or if those poisons just need a little more time to do their work on Doma. Now Sanemi Shinazugawa, he is mostly talk so far. Demon Slayer doesn't have a whole lot of room for any of the Hashira to shine in battle, so the likes of Wind Hashira Sanemi Shinazugawa feel underwhelming so far. Sanemi made a rough impression when he bullied Nezuko and when he harshly trained Tanjiro, but he hasn't been seen fighting at 100% just yet. Sparring with Michiro and Abanai is one thing, but fans are ready to see Wind breathing at his peak, and soon. Sanemi almost feels like he's all talk so far, coldly suggesting that only the united Hashira should even bother fighting the remaining Upper Moons. That's big talk from him, seeing how Tanjiro is almost Hashira material already. So fans wish for Sanemi to finally walk the walk with his fast-moving Nichiren sword. He didn't do that in Infinity Castle, so the next movie absolutely needs to deliver on that front. Next, Genya Shinazugawa, he needs more than a cameo in this final arc. Sanemi's mohawk-wearing younger brother, Genya Shinazugawa, is the one who startled and delighted Demon Slayer fans with his use of half-other powers in Season 3. Genya wielded the power of repetitive action to be more like a demon himself, though it didn't do that much good against Hantengu. With any luck, Genya will take his unique fighting style to the next level in the upcoming movie. Most likely, Genya will assume a supporting role for someone like Inosuke, Tanjiro, or Kaneo in the upcoming battles with his half-other abilities and shotgun. Genya still isn't strong enough to tackle the Upper Moons solo, but he's got what it takes to at least keep monsters like those busy so someone else can deal the finishing blow with a breathing style form. Now Mitsuri Kanroji, she owed another chance for a glorious victory. To her credit, Love Hashira Mitsuri Kanroji fought Hantengu and survived to see the morning sun, though it was a close fight, closer than Mitsuri would have liked. For all her power, she couldn't take down Hantengu's strongest form, needing Tanjiro to finish off the Upper Moon Force tiny true body to bail her out of a tough situation. Now, it's up to Mitsuri to take Love Breathing to new heights as she re-enters the fray. Mitsuri made a good case for Love Breathing's power back in Demon Slayer's 3rd season, and now it's time for Mitsuri to score a proper victory over the Upper Moons with it. Or at least, fans need to see Mitsuri push herself to the very limit when fighting the Upper Moons and show what she can do when all the chips are on the table. And at last, Muzan Kibutsuji, he must fight for real when he emerges from his cocoon. The Demon King, Muzan Kibutsuji, has made plenty of appearances so far in Demon Slayer, but he didn't do much fighting in any of them. He committed cold-blooded acts like turning a passing man into a demon or slaughtering the lower moons out of frustration, but those scenes didn't count as fighting. Even now, Demon Slayer anime fans can't easily tell what Muzan can do in a real duel. Muzan spent the entire Infinity Castle movie in his well-hidden flesh cocoon, confident that the Demon Slayers wouldn't even survive to find him. Anime fans can be reasonably sure the heroes will find Muzan in the second movie, perhaps near the end, and that's when Muzan needs to start fighting for real. Muzan's last stand will no doubt have to wait for the third and final movie, but he can at least give fans a preview of his true strength in the second movie. That's all for today, guys. Let's see tomorrow. Bye.